Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Greg. Welcome to the channel, greg.thunderwizard.com. If you're interested in getting a thunder astrology reading, very powerful way to get to know yourself on an even deeper level and learn how to intend your reality, learn about the energies that are balanced, that are imbalanced, and learn how to keep them focused and empower yourself deeply. Still offering 25% off too. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the progression of energy within the astrological signs, within the usual order of the signs, and also a different way of looking at that order. Besides, the usual 1 through 12, the signs, meaning that it starts with Aries. I made the little chart right here showing the signs, and you know how we start with Aries, and it ends with Pisces. So that's the natural order of the signs. But we can look at this as in a way that empowers us, or we can see the progression of energy in our lives with everybody as individuals. So we start with Aries, and Aries is that outward expression of Mars. It is really that sense of your own identity, where you start really becoming the leader of yourself. You become aware of your own identity, who you are, and you have that focus on going out there in the world and being yourself. From there we go to Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. This is the inward expression of Venus. So here we get this desire for material possessions, physical pleasures, good food, good romantic relationships, and we want a comfortable living environment, all that stuff. Then we get to Gemini, Mercury, which is ruled by Mercury, and that is our ability to communicate outwardly with the world. It's just basically that expression in the business world, in friendships, romantic friendships, all of that, learning how to communicate. Then we get to Cancer. This is about our emotions. We start feeling on a deeper level. We start reflecting our soul with our own mind. We have that sense of caring for other people starts to come into ourselves. Then we get to the Sun energy, which is the sign of Leo. This connects us with our deeper soul. Once we start developing that mind, we start becoming aware of our soul on a deeper level and who we really are. That true light comes from the sun, from the heart energy, from the center. It also represents that self-awareness. It's true self-awareness of who we are. And then we get to Virgo, which is another Mercury sign. This is the inward expression of Mercury. So we start learning more how to use our intellect in a more of a discerning kind of a way. We learn to connect the intellect with our heart. We don't start getting too caught up in the Gemini mercurial energy of the intellect. That's stimulating our ideas and all that, but then Virgo is taking us deeper. It's uniting the heart with the intellect, and this is where that healing quality of Virgo comes in, that purity. We start purifying ourselves with by not overusing the intellect. Then we get to Libra, which is ruled by Venus. This is the outward expression of Venus. So we want to share that energy of harmony with people. We want that camaraderie with friends, family, the lovers, all of that. And we want to bring it into the workplace too. We have a sense of balance within ourselves. And then we get to Scorpio, the Mars energy. Again, this is the inward expression of Mars. Then we start getting deeper within ourselves. This is the deep emotional waters. We start having a fearlessness of going inside and looking at ourselves and getting out the things we don't need, bad experiences, bad habits, whatever. We start going deeper in ourselves and learning about these things. And this is the spiritual warrior type of energy. This is going into the unconscious. Once we do that, we go over to Sagittarius, which is the outward expression of Jupiter. And now we are gaining some wisdom in our lives. We are wanting to share that wisdom. We're expressing that wisdom. We are teaching that wisdom to other people. We're showing the true spiritual laws of the universe. And then once we do that, we go to Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. Then we go deeper within ourselves. This is the inward expression of Saturn. we start going deeper and searching even deeper than Scorpio. We start going to our how to balance our karma. We start, if possible, we start getting deeper into past lives, learning about things we've done before. We learn the true laws, the true deep laws of karma. And we also maintain a sense of stability with the Saturnian energy. We start getting even more stable, where this contracting energy of Saturn takes us even deeper within ourselves and gives us that dry, objective view to look within. And once we do that, we get to Aquarius, which is the outward expression of Saturn. So now we understand the laws of karma, the universe, the harmony amongst people. We got our intellect going. We're connected to our emotions. We're connected to our soul. Now we are out, kind of living that out into the world, and we're showing it to other people, and we're trying to unite the whole human race to bring them to that higher level with this the Aquarian energy of Saturn. And this is where we unite people. We bring that sense of loyalty amongst groups of people, and at the same time we have an individuality about us. So we stand on our own 2 feet, but at the same time we see that we're part of a bigger whole. We are a gear in or we're a cell within the body of the universe. So we're all one, is what we basically come to realize with Aquarius. Then we get to Pisces, and this is the inward expression of Jupiter. So now we've learned all of that stuff, and now we're kind of getting like, now we can step away. This is the last breaths of our life. So we kind of go away on the top of the mountain, and we're just going inward, getting even more deeper within ourselves. We're going into the deep waters of Jupiter, the deep spiritual connection that we have, and we're getting ready to exit that physical incarnation that we're experienced, and then we're out. Adios, vamonos. So that's the first way of looking at the progression of energy, is just the 1 through 12, the way it's outlined in the astrological chart. And the other way too, this is pretty interesting too, is a different way to look at it, is we first look at the god and the goddess energy, the Shiva and the Shakti, the masculine and feminine energy of all creation, the energy of the universe. And that we start with the sun and the moon. So in a lot of astrological teachings, of Vedic astrological teachings, the sun and moon are kind of looked at as one and the same. Like this is the sun is the outward masculine expression, and the moon is the inward. Just like with all the other planets, all the other planets rule 2 signs except for the sun and the moon. But sometimes they're seen as one sign, even though they're 2. So we kind of start from these 2. We start from the sun and the moon being the outward and inward expressions of the god and the goddess energy within us. Then we go to the next sign following the sun is Mercury, and it's the inward expression of Mercury. And the next one following the moon is Mercury also. This is the outward expression of Mercury. So from there, after we do that, we go to, after Virgo's Mercury, we go to the Libra, the Venus energy. This is the outward expression of Venus. And the same thing over here. Once we get to the Mercury Gemini, we go to a Venus again, Taurus, the inward expression of Venus. Then from there, we go to the next level, that is Mars. We got Aries, the outward expression of Mars. Same thing over here. After Venus, Libra, we got Mars. We got the inward expression of Mars. And then from Mars, we go to the next one, which is Sagittarius, Jupiter. This is the outward expression of Jupiter. So if we were to go from here, we got nothing more to go up here, so we go all the way down to the bottom again, and we got Jupiter again. And this is the inward expression of Jupiter. And from there, we go to the next level, which would be the Aquarius, the outward expression of Saturn. And then from Sagittarius, the Jupiter here, we go to the next one too, which is Saturn again, which is Capricorn. So we see that progression too, where we get the moon, we get the sun and the moon, and then we get 2 Mercuries, then we get the 2 Venuses, then we get the 2 Mars, then we get the 2 Jupiters, and then we get the 2 Saturns. And if you think about it too, in the solar system, that's the way the planets are outlined, except for the moon. But we got the sun, Mercury, Venus. Then we got the moon right next to our physical incarnation on the Earth. And then we got Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So they're aligned in that way, where they start with between 3 and 4, or no, 5 and 4, and then they go outward like that. So it's a trip. To see that outline in that way too is pretty cool too. We got the sun, our soul. From the soul, we get the mercurial energy, where we start using our intellect. So that's pretty. It's kind of saying Mercury is a very important planet for us in this physical life. You know, it's right next to our soul. It's very close to our soul, the intellect, the ability to communicate with people, the ability to discern within our lives, to take in information. And Mercury is also the communicator between us and the higher consciousness, between the gods. And then from Mercury we go to Venus, which is it's expressing our creativity and our ability to be with other people, you know, have good experiences with people. And from there, that's when we get to the moon is right next to our physical, our incarnation in the earth. So that is reflecting that our soul is being reflected onto the moon. Our mind represents our emotions. So between the sun and the moon, we got the intellect, and we got the harmony between us and other people and our creativity, Venus. From there, and then from there we go to Mars. This is our energy, our stamina, our courage, our fearlessness to go out into the world and get the things we want, and to go in within ourselves and go into our unconscious and get the stuff out that we don't need, and get comfortable with our unconscious, you know, being comfortable with it, and just being comfortable. Then we get to the Jupiterian energy. This is we get to that true spiritual state of mind. We start learning about the laws of the universe, and we gain that wisdom, and we express it outwardly, and we express it inwardly. And then we get to Saturn. Saturn is even deeper. Goes into the laws of the universe as well, and it goes into our own karma, and we start learning the lessons that we really need to learn within, and then we learn how to express it outward. And then from Saturn, we exit that solar system. We can go out into infinity. So I just wanted to lay that out. You guys could check that out. It's pretty cool the way everything is kind of there's a nice balance between everything going on there. So if anybody's interested in getting the Thunder Astrology readings, go to greg.thunderwizard.com, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.